Hello, this is Sarah Toho, and welcome to my fourth book critique. As usual, I'm starting out with my featured text. For this week, I chose the multicultural graphic novel American-Born Chinese by Jean Muying Yang. This book has 3 different storylines. One about a young Chinese boy finding his way through life and love. Another inspired and slightly based on Chinese mythology of the Monkey King deity. And finally, a white American boy named Danny enduring the visit of his Chinese cousin Chin Ki. His book received the Michael Prince Award and was a National Book Award finalist. The reading level is for grades 9 through 12. For my first lesson, I chose 9th grade social studies. I used Ohio's new learning standards for K-12 social studies on the impact of messages in media, which I interpret for this lesson as a question. How does the form of the story in a graphic novel affect the reception of the message? To start out the lesson, the students will discuss in small groups the questions on racism and media, as well as the use of a less realistic genre. Based on this discussion, the students will write a blog article. This blog post will reference the book at least once, but the main focus will be the students' choice based on some personal experience that they have had or some experience that they have encountered secondhand. Afterwards, the students will read each other's posts and comment on them. I have created my own blog as an example, which I absent-mindedly named as a literature class, though of course this would be done in social studies. I wouldn't advise reading it if you want to avoid spoilers. But as you can see, I wrote on my experience as a Japanese American. Moving on to my second lesson, which is 9th grade language arts, I based this lesson on the English Language Arts Common Core. Analyze how an author's choices concerning how to structure a text, order events within it, and manipulate time to create such effects as mystery, tension, or surprise. Without revealing the huge twist at the end of the book, I'll simply say that Yang brings together the 3 unrelated stories into one. To start the lesson, the teacher will introduce the topic and have the students generate questions. The students will discuss these questions in small groups, and after a specified amount of time, they will come together as a class to share what they discussed. The students will break into groups of 3, and they will create a story using Plotagon with multiple storylines that interconnect in the end. The story will have some kind of theme or lesson, so the 3 will create the story sketch. And using Plotagon, 2 of the group will create the separated storylines, and the 3rd will write the intersection of those storylines. And the videos will then be posted to the class's Seesaw account. Well, that's it for my featured text, and now, the rest. Sarah Plain and Tall by Patricia Mclaughlin is a historical fiction story about a family whose mother had died, and Sarah, plain and tall, leaves behind her beloved beaches of Maine for the prairie in answer to the father's advertisement for a wife and mother to his son and daughter. It won the Newbery Medal and is reading level grades 3 through 5. Next, I have another historical fiction novel, The Slave Dancer by Palafox. This well-researched, heartbreaking story follows Jesse Bollier when he is kidnapped by slavers to play his pipes to make slaves dance on the journey to bondage in the United States. It won the Newbery Medal and is reading level grades 6 through 8. My third book is The Cat Who Went to Heaven by Elizabeth Cotsworth. It is a modern fantasy book, or to be more specific, modern folktale. Won the Newbery Medal and is reading level grades 3 through 5. In this story, a poor artist housekeeper brings home a cat. First, the artist is upset, but then he starts to believe that there may be more to this cat when he receives a commission to create a painting of the death of Buddha for the temple, much like this one here. My final book is The Dreamer. by Pam Munoz, Ryan, and Peter Sis. This is a creative narrative biography based on the life of the revolutionary Chilean poet Pablo Neruda. This story beautifully intertwines the imagination and reality of the boy as he grows to understand the world and people around him. Well, that's the end of this week's book critique. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed!